Have you ever worked really hard at your job but still feel like having lots of money is just a dream? You're not the only one. Let's look into how spending smartly can help us get richer. Imagine it's a normal Monday morning. You're drinking your coffee and thinking about how to make more money. You're doing all right, but you feel like something is missing. What if I told you that getting rich isn't just about making more money, but also about not making common mistakes that can cost you? Warren Buffett, who is very rich, has talked about these mistakes that stop many people from getting richer. We're going to look at these mistakes and learn how to avoid them with 14 helpful tips. Brand name obsession is when people really want to buy products from famous and expensive brands, thinking it makes them look successful and rich. But this isn't always the best choice for your wallet. Even very wealthy people like Warren Buffett and Mark Zuckerberg don't just buy things because of the brand name. They look for things that are really worth their price and useful. It's better to spend money on things that are good quality and helpful, rather than just because they have a famous name. This way, you can save more money and make smarter choices for your future. So it's important to think about whether something is really worth its price before buying it just for the brand. The housing hurdle is about the big decision of buying a house and how it can be tricky for your money. Many people think owning a house means they've made it, but it's not always that simple. Buying a house usually means taking on a big loan, and this can be tough to handle, especially if you're not super wealthy. Famous money expert Warren Buffett warns that buying a house with too much debt is risky. Remember, owning a home isn't just about the purchase price. There are extra costs like fixing things and paying property taxes. So it's really important to think carefully before you buy a house. Make sure you're not borrowing too much money and that you can handle all the costs. This way, buying a house can be a good thing for your wallet, not a problem. Subscription traps are when you keep paying for things like online streaming, magazines, or gym memberships every month, but you don't really use them much. It's easy to sign up for these because they often have free trials or discounts at first, but then you might forget about them, and the costs start to add up without you noticing. For example, if you have a gym membership but don't go to the gym often, you're still paying for it every month. This is wasting money. To avoid this, it's good to check your bank statements and see what you're paying for. If there are things you're not using, it's better to cancel them. This way, you can save money for things that are more important to you. The cost of smoking and vaping is about how much money you spend on cigarettes or vaping products, and how it can be bad for your health too. If you smoke or vape every day, it costs a lot. For example, if you buy a pack of cigarettes every day, you might end up spending a lot of money each month and even more in a whole year. That's money you could have used for other things, like saving or buying something important. Quitting smoking or vaping isn't easy, but it's a good idea because it helps you stay healthy and saves you a lot of money that you were spending on cigarettes or vaping. The new car dilemma is when you're thinking about buying a new car, but it might not be the best choice for your money. Here's why. When you get a new car, it's exciting, but as soon as you start driving it, it loses its value fast. Imagine in just a year, the car isn't worth as much as you paid for it. If you bought it with a loan, it's even more expensive because you have to pay interest. Instead, a better idea is to buy a car that's a few years old. These cars are usually still in great shape, but cost a lot less than brand new ones. This way, you get a nice car without losing a lot of money as the car gets older. Credit card misuse happens when you don't use your credit cards the right way, and it can cause money problems. Credit cards let you buy things now and pay for them later. But if you're not careful, you might spend more than you can afford. If you only pay the smallest amount each month, you'll mostly be paying off the interest, which is extra money. This means you'll end up paying way more than the original price of what you bought. Also, using credit cards a lot can make it seem like you have more money than you really do. It's better to pay off the whole amount on your credit card every month so you don't have to pay extra interest. And think twice before you buy something with your credit card. This way, you can avoid big debts and keep your money in good shape. Impulse purchases happen when you buy something suddenly without planning. It's like when you see something cool in a store or online and decide to buy it right then, even if you don't really need it. This kind of shopping is easy to do, especially with sales and online deals. But buying things without thinking can cost a lot of money over time, and sometimes you end up with stuff you hardly use. To stop impulse buying, try waiting a little before you buy something. Ask yourself if you really need it or if you just like it because it's on sale. Waiting a bit can help you make better choices and save money instead of spending it on things you don't really need. Excessive dining out is when you eat at restaurants or get takeout food too much, and it can cost a lot of money and not be very healthy. Going out to eat is nice, but if you do it all the time, you'll end up spending more money than you realize. Eating at restaurants a few times a week can add up quickly. Also, food from restaurants might not be as healthy as what you can make at home. It's better to find a balance. Maybe save eating out for special times or just on the weekends. Cooking at home more is cheaper and can be healthier because you know exactly what you're putting in your food. This way, you can still enjoy going out sometimes without spending too much money or eating too much unhealthy food. Gadget upgrade fever is when you always want to buy the newest tech gadgets like phones or laptops as soon as they come out, even if the ones you have are still fine. Every year, new versions come out, and it's really tempting to get the latest one. But changing your gadgets all the time can cost a lot of money. Often the new gadgets are not that different from the old ones, so it might not be worth it to spend so much to upgrade. Before you buy the newest gadget, think about if you really need the new features it has. If your old gadget is still working well, maybe it's better to keep it and save your money. This way, you don't spend too much on gadgets and can use your money for other important things. Living beyond means is when you spend more money than you have. It's like when you buy really expensive stuff, go to fancy restaurants, or have big parties to look cool or keep up with friends who have lots of money. But doing this can cause money problems like getting into debt. It happens because people sometimes want to show off or feel like they need to match what their friends are doing. But spending too much can make it hard to save for important things, like if an emergency happens or for your future. The best thing to do is to spend only what you can really afford. This keeps you from getting into debt and helps you save for really important stuff. By being smart with your money and not worrying about showing off, you can take care of your finances and still have fun. The lottery illusion is when people think they can get rich quick by playing the lottery or gambling, but it's usually not true. A lot of people buy lottery tickets, hoping to win a lot of money fast. The idea of winning big is exciting, but the chances of actually winning are really small. Most of the time, people who play the lottery spend more money on tickets than they ever win back. This means they're losing money they could have used for saving or paying bills. It's important to understand that becoming rich from the lottery is very rare. A better plan is to save your money and use it carefully. This is a surer way to help your money situation get better over time. High bar tabs are when you spend too much money at bars. Going to bars with friends is fun, but the drinks there can be really expensive. For example, one drink at a bar might cost a lot, but if you buy the same drink at a grocery store, it's much cheaper. If you go to bars a lot, you might end up spending a lot of money without even noticing. And it's not just the drinks. You might also have to pay for things like tips or entry fees. If you want to save some money but still have a good time, you could have your friends come over to your place. You can buy drinks from the store and enjoy them at home. This way, you can still hang out and have fun without spending as much money as you would at a bar. Overindulgence in personal care means spending too much money on things like beauty and skincare products. There are always new products being advertised, and it's tempting to buy a lot of them. But using too many can be bad for both your skin and your bank account. You might think you need all these products to look your best, but that's often not true. It's actually better to have a simple routine with just a few products that work well for you. These products don't have to be expensive. There are good ones that are affordable. Also, before you buy a new product, ask yourself if you really need it or if you just want it because it's popular. Keeping your beauty routine simple and not buying too many products can help you save money and is often better for taking care of your skin. The junk food trap is when you buy a lot of unhealthy snacks and fast food because you think they are cheaper than healthy food. Foods like chips, soda, and burgers from fast food places might look like they save you money, but they actually cost a lot when you buy them often. They are also not good for your health. If you buy fresh fruits and vegetables instead, you might find that they are not as expensive as you thought, and they are better for you. Eating too much junk food can make you sick, and then you might have to spend money on doctors. Junk food doesn't fill you up for long, so you end up eating more. It's better to check prices and see that you can afford healthy food. Choosing things like fruits, veggies, and meals you make at home is healthier and can save you money. To wrap things up, getting better with money means more than just earning a lot. It's also about avoiding easy-to-make money mistakes. Small, smart steps in how you handle your money can really make a difference. I'd like to know what you think. Please leave a comment and share your own experiences. Have you made any of these money mistakes, or do you have any good tips? Your stories and advice could really help others who want to get better with money. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.